Chips has to be the one to inform which side of the jungle is still available.
Okay. It's not just Chip. At least for KGE, they're throwing a wide net into the ocean, right, to find the vulnerabilities. So if Chip doesn't find the angle, at least their side lane pressure is able to create those opportunities suitable for Chip to set up this gank or invade from Baxia's side. Now, TODAK, they have to answer a couple of questions. Number one, how badly do they want to control what side of the map? Whether it be gold or whether it would be EXP, most likely it's going to be in the gold lane direction. So now that you have Minotaur, you can't just have him babysit.
No, they need
Moskov.
the mage. They need the mage right now. Like, this is going to be an Arlet XP for sure. But I feel like, based from TODAK, when it comes to mage, I think going in for either the... Oh my god, it's so tough. Like, what's a good mage? Lunox isn't too bad. Farsa... I am not a big fan against Farsa against Baxia as well as Roger. Like, you are going to get dived here. But Eve is a pretty good one. You know, it kind of slows down the tempo for Baxia and Damos, which lacks mobility when they start the fight.
Well, I think more importantly so, at least they created a decent comp in that 3-in-2 format, right? Strongest together as 5, but if they play a 3-in-2 format, they have enough enablers, enough people to peel their opponents to make sure that their cores, Moskov and Eve, walk away for free at most. So I don't think it's a bad idea.
Honestly, looking at TODAK, I feel like the strongest that they will be is the second turtle. Because at the second turtle, they can go 5 men there, where the Moskov with the Spear of Destruction can join the fight as well. And during that time, they should be having enough levels to secure a turtle. So I'm really looking at TODAK to abuse the Spear of Destruction coming in from the Moskov on the second turtle. If they don't achieve that, then it's going to be on KGE then.
All right, walk me through this early. We heard about the mid game. What about late game if it ever gets there before we go into the Land of Dawn?
I would say late game is all Moskov. Moskov can carry you all the way to the late game. Much more reliable compared to the Roger.
Well, with that being said, it's time for us to jump in towards the Land of Dawn here once again. Welcome to the play-ins of MPL MY Season 13. It's KGE up against TODAK. KGE on blue side, TODAK on red.
That was hot, by the way. Looking at the opening.
Yeah, that was a very sick overlay.
Very clean.
But I like how this Chips is just invading rather early as well. I was very surprised that TODAK is not defending this, but because of this play coming from Vader, it is going to kind of slow down the rotations overall. You can see none of the TODAK members here, especially the mid lane roamers, just ignoring him generally. But Momo, bottom lane, taking a little bit too much damage against Smooth here. Not a great sign, but Vader now going to be a little bit of an awkward situation. It's taking a little bit too much damage. Does have the passive to kind of regenerate later on, but TODAK doesn't have the tools to actually commit to this fight. Susujin being called in right now. Looks like do they want to go for this, but seems like they will disengage. KGE seems to be winning on all fronts right now.
I mean, I would say they have the advantage coming in from the draft because their gold laner as well as the XP has the capability of actually owning the lane to make sure that their counterpart aren't able to rotate as fast. So I kind of feel like this is a good sign. And we definitely see the extra damage going on to the Chips. It matters because I feel like King Empire, they really want to go for that camp because it does made it so that Gary gets the level 4 a little bit later. But because of the changes in jungle, they have to retreat.
It's pretty significant here. I think that at least for the side of KGE, they have multiple at wait, hold on, engagement in enemy territory.
Okay, top side here. Frederick getting me dived on as well. They've called the toys, but Son Momo also very low. Not going to be able to provide the backup here as King Empire may be able to collapse on this as well. They've lost the Frederick. Momo is going to be left all alone here. He doesn't have his forward, and he's going to fall eventually. First blood in the hands of the Chips for King Empire.
Nicely done by King Empire. Well, looks like the damage reduction change definitely mattered for Gary there.
Yep, I mean, at this point, this is what King Empire has to do because this is what the Baxia wants to do. You want to go crazy early.
Oh no, Gary immediately caught out by the chain combo here. Rafflesia not able to retaliate against this. King Empire going to be grouping up, trying to invade on the roads of purple buff here. It's past 2 minutes, so no more reduction for TODAK. But who's going to get it as well? And Susujin steals it away, so no purple buff for Gary.
Lovely work so far by KGE. I'm liking what they're doing. They're stealing away camps even though the hotfixes have been put into place. Better yet, they're using their side lane pressure as a means to keep TODAK on their toes constantly. But for the most part of it, it just boils down to whether or not Vitra shows himself on the map.
I would say this also shows that Smooth has been using his time very well. We've seen after the Beneda keeps getting banned out, he's been practicing this stance. But this time, I've never seen him being this oppressive. I've never seen him dominating the lane this much. And it's against Momo of all people.
I mean, they've done it before, right? And I think that's what we need to see from KGE's side. We have been seeing that their side laners have been the key for this team to give them that identity, and the other three need to supplement that. But I think for King Empire in a meta like now, with how the draft has been, it's designed around them.
Yeah, it is going to be a little bit difficult here. But again, right now, TODAK, they are going to be forced to play behind here. I like how they're having roughly said babysit Shizo as a priority defense. But again, putting in this situation, being reactive here is going to be hurting them here because King Empire is dictating full tempo and going to be setting up Smooth to try and gank down towards the bottom lane. But again, it is going to be a slow game for now.
I mean, like right now, it is in King Empire's interest to actually control Shizo because again, the second turtle is going to be a big power spike for TODAK. So if they can make sure that that doesn't happen, then King Empire will have a better lead in this game.
Okay, Vader now going to be pulled back here. He's getting zoned out. Finally pops the shortcut to try and keep himself alive. So he is going to be A-okay because of that shortcut. TODAK not able to collapse on this. Rafflesia not in position to try and re-engage this. Still has the ult, still has the flicker. But Turtle going to be the priority. Vader going to be waiting up on his health. He gets his passive, so he's going to be regenerated for now. But TODAK, are they going to try and buy time here? What do they do now?
I think for KGE Empire, the fact that they lost their shortcut allows TODAK to actually take their time with this. They want to get to the later stages of the game. Let's drag this turtle out for as long as possible.
Yeah, right now it does look like TODAK has priority here, and Gary is going on to Smooth.
Okay, here comes pops the out here. He's going to be dropping the interruption. Yeah, big one, big Minon's rage. Here comes the real invasion as well. It is going to hurt them, and Moscow going to be joining the fight as well. KGE, they were caught off guard. Susujin will fall. Shizo gets the kill. A big catch from TODAK on King Empire.
Well, for the most part of it, I think we need to take a moment here, because after seeing KGE do so well, at the very least, TODAK, they're playing their comp around the turtle fights exactly how we expected it to.
Yeah, like I said, this draft is all about the second turtle, but before that, it looks like they're going for this lane. Looks like they want to get this turtle as fast as they can.
Well, Zion Boy going to be the POI right now. They dropped the shortcut as well to go in for a counter play to get one, but TODAK will be able to back out for now. It's not exactly the greatest, but still, they get something out of it.
I would say that was a massive misplay because the minions aren't positioned well enough for them to actually contest for that objective. So I feel like they showed their face a little bit too much. They should have, after the victory there, control the lanes again and then think about getting an objective. I kind of feel like that was premature.
Okay, walk me through this, right? Because right now, all eyes are on Vitor for this early to mid-game eventually with the power of that shortcut. Should he be using it defensively like this? Or are we expecting King Empire to maintain this sort of pacing against TODAK?
I feel like they have the right idea, which is they're trying to slow down Gary as much as they can because we have to remember the changes for the Fredrin is that the more levels you have, the shorter cooldown that you have on your energy eruption. So if you're able to delay that, then TODAK is no longer going to win this neutral objective. So using the shortcut onto the Fredrin is good. However, the timing doesn't seem to be well thought out because it doesn't seem like the rest of the team is ready to collapse onto the Fredrin. So the idea is there, the execution isn't.
All right, let me expand on that a little bit more because I feel a lot of it just comes down to like how much time you have walking away from that mid lane. And I think as of right now, Vixana's doing a good job clearing, but not necessarily leaving the lane as quick.
Well, bottom lane, middle lane here, TODAK finally kind of doing a little bit of check here, trying to see if there are any kind of response here. They don't really have an idea where Chips is. Top side as well, Sasa gonna get harassed here a little bit here, but TODAK, they're grouping up as 5. This is exactly what they need to do to prevent being picked up apart. But at this point, is it actually worth it here? They're prioritizing the top side, but bottom lane Smooth is already shoved up towards the tier 2 already.
Honestly, I have no idea whether it's worth it. I'm leaning towards not worth it because against strong leaders,
oh no, Weeder going to be jumping from our back lines as well. Real Proliferation going to be zoning them off. Weeder now trying his best to stall to play here, but a turtle in the hands of TODAK, and Gary with a big appraisal's wrath survives it all. King Empire, they have to back out. They will find Momo instead. Trade 1 for 1, but at the same time, Turtle in the hands of TODAK.
I think... You know what? I'm doubling it down on this. I think KGE have the correct idea, and I think both you and me, LaFell, we both agreed on this. We weren't sure about that one because whether or not they were going to take that fight, completely separate story. This should be a nothing sandwich for now, but whoa, wait, hold on.
Okay. I don't think they can fight this here. TODAK will get a free tier 1 up top. Meanwhile, again, TODAK playing this Ube strategy which is not hurting them a lot because Smooth is getting free farm all the way in the bottom lane throughout the past 2 to 3 minutes right now.
I think they're missing out on the main point of their composition, right? It doesn't matter whether they get Turtle or not. They need to get map pressure. So I'm surprised that, like, you know, they had Smooth on the side lane. They also have Vitter right next to him. I totally get that, but once you spot out 4 by the enemy Turtle side, you just send Vitter, right?
Yeah.
That tier 2 should not be there on the bottom side.
No, legit, I do agree. I kind of feel like King Empire understanding that TODAK, their strength is in the river. Just play for the lanes, man.
Yo, what? Breather just dive tier 2. He's gonna go commit on Momo. Instantly takes him out. Pays with his prize, but again, under tier 2, TODAK is splitting up the fight. They don't really want to commit together here. Gary committing onto Dato. They will find one, but it is gonna be a trade with Rafflesia as well. They will lose Gary from Sasa, and just like that, King Empire, they dissect TODAK on all fronts here. Zyme left completely alone, not able to join the fight at all.
I mean, as we say it.
So, about the river there.
Right? No, like I say, it's like, your strength is in the lanes, so go to the lanes. The moment they go to the lane, they won big.
I swear, somebody there, their analysts are probably listening on the cast right now. It feels like every single move that we've mentioned, TODAK or King Empire take it a step further, right? Just leaning into the strengths of their composition. This is what we like to see so far, but we haven't seen the major overlaps between the two, right? How are they going to struggle and find that position against each other? Because so far, it feels like the Spear of Destruction, whether it hits or whether it doesn't, really depends on its target rather than the position that it gets.
Right now, honestly, Shizo is not even a 3-item power spike. Shizo needs 4 because 3 main damage items and 1 defensive one. Whether it be the Wind of Nature or Immortality, kind of doesn't matter at this point. He just needs 1 extra defensive item, and this game will go over to TODAK because King Empire have 3,000 gold lead, but TODAK is still able to keep up the pace because their strength is around the riverside. And King Empire, they made that one good play around the lane. If they keep playing the lanes, TODAK won't be able to fight back. So King Empire, they need to understand this. As long as we attack the lanes, we have a massive advantage.
Yeah, and as of now, the Lord getting juggled in between Sutsujin as well as Gary. They can't really decide what they want to do. Reader has been showing himself so many times down bottom, and TODAK, they're just not budging away from this Lord fight.
I mean, considering that it's 30k to 26k, King Empire, they have a lot of time to work this if they want to set up for a checkmate angle, right? Ideally, they get that Lord, get 1 inhibitor, create a 10k gold lead, and close this game out against TODAK. That's the most ideal, but we've seen teams actually fumble the ball because of these Lord dances taking way too long.
Well, speaking of Lord Dance here, Peter going to be taking the short route from the top side. He's looking for a flank here. Zyme Senpoi seems to be showing himself a little bit here. Here comes the conceal play. He wants to go for Zyme Senpoi. He's thinking about it. 4 men together, all grouped up. Not worth challenging the Minotaur, but if they get the first jump on Rafflesia, that's a completely different story here. Lord in the hands of King Empire, and TODAK says, you know what, not worth it.
You know, that was actually pretty good coming in from King Empire. The fact that they were able to sneak it under TODAK's noses, that was impressive, especially Vitor using the conceal just to zone them away. It's like, I'm not going to engage, but you don't know that.
I like that. I like the posturing from King Empire, right? Because they know they can get a reaction out of TODAK.
Oh, 2-man taunt coming in. Dado gets completely destroyed. Peter going for the flank. He's in a little bit of trouble here, but he's going to be able to get out, fortunately, here with the help of Sutsujin. But Sutsujin has to pay the price. They trade 1 for 2, and TODAK is able to defend now.
Dedo is so mad. He thought the knockup was enough to cancel it. Gary's like, nah, this is still gonna kill you, brother.
Oh, that Appraiser's Wrath has some emotion behind it, man. That hits so hard.
That's a feels bad moment for King Empire because it felt like an endable moment for King Empire, but because of that small misplay, TODAK is able to hold on for at least a good amount of 2 minutes.
Kind of made it look like Vexana was in like a secret relationship with Fredrin. And Fredrin was not happy with how it ended.
Where were you last night?
Where were you last night? All right. For the most part, KGE now playing on the opposite side of the map, right? Playing for the long lane. 96 more seconds until we next see the Lord spawn. The checkmate angle, they missed it, right? They missed that entire timing unless TODAK fumble the ball really, really hard right now. But look at them, they're stuck as 5. They're not giving that opportunity.
The craziest stat I saw just now was that Gary is the highest damage dealt. I mean, like, to be fair, it's not like way above everyone else, but still, that shows how much the damage the Appraiser's Wrath still deals.
True damage, man.
Yeah, at the same time, it's hard, right? Like, if Gary is able to catch like 2 to 3 members here, you follow in a Minon Rage, King Empire just can't get out. So like you can see every single time King Empire takes his fight, they want to take this fight as chaotic and as split as possible, just because of the fact that they don't want to be chain CC'd by all the combos from TODAK.
I mean, there still needs to be a front to back, right? I mean, I don't think that KGE is in a position to actually take these front to backs like we usually see. Even if they get the flank, who do they want in the back line, right? Because at the end of the day, Deto still needs somebody in front of him to actually soak up the damage.
Here's the thing. This Thomas pick is genius. And the reason being is that he's one of the heroes that can use a vengeance.
Yep.
And the vengeance can make Moskov kill himself, man. Like, in the team fight, if Smooth gets on top of Shizo, that's a big win for King Empire. After that, it really doesn't matter. Shizo can't attack. Especially if he has 3 items, 4 basic attacks, and he's done.
4 basic
That's how
attacks.
strong the vengeance is.
Does Shizo force himself to get a Haas Claw just to counter that?
I doubt
don't think
it.
he
I don't think it's necessary. The Demon Hunter short sword should keep you alive. Just don't hit the vengeance. I think it's
It's a waiting game.
It's a waiting game, right? It's about how can you get these free resources out of your opponent. And considering how King Empire plays, they are not throwing resources without a purpose.
Now, Peter, he's got the immortality, kind of scouts out the rotations coming in here. He's calling in the cavalry, but he doesn't really know where the rest of the team are. Zaim Senpoi gonna be running all the way back towards the far lines here. He cannot afford to be caught without the real world manipulation here. Con comes in, trying to check onto Smooth, but Smooth getting his health dropped pretty low from the glowing one coming in from Shizo right now. Sorry, from Rafflesia.
Not Rafflesia.
Wait,
Zaim
from
Senpai.
Zaim Senpai. Oh my god, where did he go? But
They're all starting to
another
blend
check
together.
once again. Smooth.
I mean, at this point, they're trying to force out Smooth from using the Vengeance Man. Like, they understand that's a win con for King Empire. As long as Smooth is a non-factor, they could, even if they don't take this Lord, they can take the team fight.
And they don't have a real means of chunking him out, right? They need Zaim Senpoi to walk into position to get a Void Blast to even get some free damage onto him.
You can see Zaim Senpoi is just so afraid. Wherever Reader shows himself, he's hiding on the other corner of the map, the furthest away. But finally, going to be showing a little bit of aggression here as a Lord. Getting kited a little bit more. King Empire still deciding on how they want to take this point. Conceal play comes in, but no, Rafflesia, he jumped in, instantly got melted here. Momo with the final slash, instantly gets popped off. Sasa in the backlines, finds 2, gets the double kill, and TODAK, they immediately got shut down. No Lord, no jungler, no anything.
That was a huge misplay, man. Like, I was surprised by how much damage Rafflesia took, and that forced Shizo and Momo into a very bad position because they're like, we gotta save this bad situation. I feel like they should not have forced that.
I mean, to be fair, I think they got caught with their pants down. I think that Rafflesia wasn't expecting that much. Well, let's look at the items, right? Let's have a good idea of what they built. Deto was actually so strong.
No, here's the thing,
My
Sasa's
God.
full item.
Oh, that's also true.
Wow.
Full item.
That is a little bit unexpected
He's
here.
2,300 gold ahead of Shizo. Dude, no wonder Rafflesia was chunked that low. It's a full item Roger.
And he's using the Trinity build, so he has consistent damage rather than that like big burst that we're used to.
Yeah, in the human form, yeah.
I was expecting the burst potential coming from Sasa, but considering how tanky TODAK is, it makes sense why he went for the Trinity build. But at the same time, I did not expect him to just dive the backlines and find 2. But for now, Tier 3 will fall. TODAK has no choice but to full defense this. Can they get the full wombo combo? Shizo trying his best going for the fight here, but 3-man knockup from Dato will stop the combo. Minon's Rage comes in. Susujin holding for his dear life, but Dato will finally trade him off. Crystal being focused down. TODAK will lose everything for absolutely no chance at all. What a start for King Empire.
Clean start, strong momentum, still playing to their strengths. Cool, calm, and collected. Nicely done by KGE.
We gotta say as well, Victor is doing work on that chip.